Hi guys, today I'm going to be reviewing another Android box by GooBang. This time it's the state-of-the-art latest version XB3, which contains a 4-core CPU and 4K HD capabilities. It also has a lot of memory built in. It has 2 gigs of RAM and 16 gigabytes of ROM, so that should give you some pretty outstanding performance. So that should help your speed as well. So let's open it up and see what's inside. Nice little gift card from GooBang. Here's the unit itself, and what's a little different about this unit is that it actually has the antenna in the back, so that should provide you with better reception for your Wi-Fi. Most of these Android boxes out there actually have the antenna built in, so that can sometimes inhibit some of your internet speed. On the side over here, we have a couple of USB connections and a little insert over here for a micro SD card. And in the back, we have your HDMI connection over here, and an AV connection, a LAN, the SPDIF if you want to do separate audio, and then you, like I said, you have your antenna in the back, and then you have a little power button right here in the front. So it's a nice little box. It's pretty heavy, so it's nice and heavy duty, and the outside seems to be made of some very good quality materials. It seems pretty strong. So if I continue looking in this box, your usual little HDMI cable included. There's your AC adapter, and the typical remote that's included with many of these Android boxes. But what's great about this particular Android box is that it comes with your mini wireless keyboard with a touchpad, and this little device here is a lifesaver because it's so much easier to type when you're doing searches or if you're surfing the internet. It's got a nice little trackpad up here on top that will help you navigate with a mouse, and the rest of the buttons over here are your typical navigation buttons. You have your play, forward, rewind, pause, and several other useful buttons all laid out pretty nicely. And it's a very good size, so it fits nicely in your hands, so you can go ahead and use it and make your life easier when you're trying to type out something, so you don't use the on-screen display. And it's pretty cool that it comes packaged with this box, so you don't have to buy one separately. And then finally in here we have the user manual and the charging cable for the keyboard, which plugs right into your Android box through the USB, and this micro SD or this micro USB connection goes right into your keyboard to charge it. So that's everything that comes in the box. So let's hook it up and see what kind of performance we get out of it. Okay, so I've gone ahead and booted up the GooBang XB3 Android box. This is the splash screen, and it's loading up as we speak. And I have the keyboard as well, right over here, that I'm going to be using. And here we go. This is the setup screen. So let's go ahead. There's the mouse cursor right there. And I'm using the trackpad right here on this new keyboard. That comes included with the Android box. And I'm going to go ahead and click next here. And let me select English. And now I can scale the screen so my TV can fit. This is right over here. So right now I'm going to bring it down to 92%. There we go. Hit next. And now it's asking me to select my Wi-Fi, so I will do that. And I'll put the password in. I'll be right back. Okay, the password is in, and I'm connecting now. There we go. The Wi-Fi is connected. Let's go to the next page. And looks like the setup is complete. And here we go to the main page. So this is like your typical interface, your typical Android interface. and it has all the usual apps and settings on here. So let's go into the settings and take a look at what some of these options are. So obviously the first one is your network. Gives you all the options to connect up to a network. And let's go back here and we can look at the sound. So we got some sound settings here. Surround sound is on automatic. And you got your app, screensaver. Then you have some advanced settings. We can set up the date and time here. So I can do the automatic network provided time. And I can set the time zone as well. So let me do that. There we go. And I'd like to use the PM format. And then I can go back. And here we go. The time is up to date. So let's see what apps are included in here. So we have our setup wizard, we have Gmail, we have the app installer, we have the Google Play Store. Why don't we go on the web and try out a video, a 4K video, and see how it looks. So once you go into the internet, it actually allows you to go into the splash screen over here and to agree to a disclaimer so you can start installing some apps. So you have access to some apps over here that you download at your own discretion. Let's download YouTube here. Let's see how quickly this downloads on this Wi-Fi. Go, it's installing, and then we'll go through YouTube and take a look at the video. And what's cool, just a little point about the keyboard, what's really cool about this keyboard over here is that it actually on the back has these little indentations to make it comfortable for you to hold it in your hand. It's actually really cool. So there we go, the YouTube app is installed. We'll open it up, do a quick search for some 4K video. Type it with the keyboard, very easy to use. So here we go, we got some 4K video. Let's try it out, see how quickly it loads. Actually pretty fast. We're already up and running. Let's fast forward the video and see how quickly, if there's any buffering. That's very quick. And the quality is pretty good as well. Very nice picture quality, it's very fast. Well, that's pretty good. So let's get out of this screen. I'm satisfied with that. I like the speed and the performance of this box. This doesn't seem to be very much lag whatsoever. I mean, the specs on this box are actually really impressive with a quad-core processor and a lot of memory. There's really no reason why you should get any lag. And with the very quick Wi-Fi connection as well, you don't necessarily have to hardwire it like I typically like to hardwire my internet connections because it provides the maximum output. But with the Wi-Fi connected to this particular Android box, it's actually performing quite well. So I don't really feel the need like I need to hardwire it because everything seems to be working quite well and performing very quickly. So that's really it. I mean, if you want to customize your interface and add more applications, you can certainly do that. You can go into the Play Store, or as I showed you, you can go into the browser, and GooBang Do allows you to go through a portal to try and download additional applications. Obviously, again, it's at your discretion. And There is a disclaimer there that tells you it's really your choice what applications you want to upload or download actually onto the Android box. But generally speaking, pretty impressed with the performance of this one. If you are looking for an Android box and you have yet to purchase one, I highly recommend doing that. You're going to be able to cut the cord and not necessarily be tied up with any of the expensive TV providers. And you'll be able to have access to a lot of content that you normally wouldn't have. And the Android interface is just really, really easy to use. And this particular one, let's take a look what version of Android it is. It's actually the latest version. It's version 7.1.2. So that's the latest build of the Android OS. And it's pretty great right out of the box. You don't necessarily have to do any upgrades, any system updates or firmware. And you're good to go. So that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, again, leave some comments for me or post a question on Amazon. I'll be happy to help. GooBang is one of my favorite vendors out there. They do offer some excellent customer service, and they're very, very quick in responding. So I have no hesitation in recommending any product for GooBang, and particularly an Android box that's this cutting edge with these types of specs. I highly recommend that you go for it. Thank you very much, and look forward to the next review.